Yes, 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 people, H God, Beer Sports Talk, and we are back. Now, peeps, I know y'all seen the title. I know y'all know what time it is. It's that beautiful time of the year. It's NFL season eve, people. It is the eve of the kickoff of the 2025-26 NFL season. It's been a couple months. Me and all my niggas, we've been outside, sitting down, waiting patiently. The world is healing, and we're back. The NFL season officially kicks off tomorrow, people. And with that being said, that's not the end of the video. With that being said, we got it, you see? We got it written down right here for y'all. We're coming to you with my predictions for how the NFL standings in each division is going to turn out. And basically, with these teams, how the playoff picture is going to look. So, I'm going to keep it nice and simple, sweet and short, right? Not going to do too much, not going to say too much. I probably already said a bit too much, but where I get straight tonight, you know what I mean? I'm going to start with AFC first, then AFC, then NFC, right? And then I just go through each division, think, you know, who I think is going to come first, second, third, last, all that. And then with that being said, you know what I mean, just give you my final prediction of who ends up in the playoff pictures and what it looks like. So, starting in my division, right? Division that my favorite and beloved New England Patriots are in. The AFC East, the division that we have in our history, historically controlled a lot and done a lot in, but unfortunately, we're not there right now. I still have the Bills win the division. You know what I mean? They still have Josh Allen. He's still the best quarterback in the division. And yeah, I just think it's going to be more of the same. Buffalo's going to get it. But my New England Patriots, we're going to surprise a lot of people, right? The squad is going to be a lot better than people think. And Drake May is going to take that next level ascension. And I think we finished second in the division. Me personally, I think we finished second in the division because I think Miami, who I have finished in third, there's just been too much turnover. They've lost guys, whether through free agency or retirement, through injury, whatever it is. And you know what I mean? There's still a little disconnect there on the offense with Tua and Tyreek. You could tell that, you know what I mean? They're not really seeing eye to eye specifically. And then Tua's health is always something to take into consideration. So I think we're going to see a big regression from the Dolphins. And I mean, the Jets, they're the Jets. So what more needs to be said on that? Now, moving on. AFC North. And listen, anybody who knows me, they know that my favorite quarterback right now in the league is Joe Burrow. It's a guy I believe in a lot. Listen, I know Cincinnati is not the best franchise. Their owner sucks. He's terrible. Their defense is shaky. I don't care. I do not care. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, book it. Division winners. Division winners. And listen, I'm sorry, Lamar. I love you, bro. You feel me? You from the crib, Florida, Broward County. I fucks with you, but you've had too many years where it's been you win the division and you don't do nothing with it. So it's like this year I'm going with my boy Joe. Joe's number one. I got Baltimore number two. And listen, Baltimore, they have a super squad right now. You feel me? There's no reason why Baltimore shouldn't be able to make it all the way there. But I just feel like that Cincinnati three-headed monster right there, Burrow, Higgins, and Chase. You know what I mean? I just feel like they're going to come out there with a point to prove. You know what I mean? With a point to prove. And to finish off the division, I have Pittsburgh, just off of the respect of, you know, Aaron Rodgers, he's still a legend. The past 2-3 years haven't been good to him, but he's still a legend and he's still a very serviceable quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, he's not terrible. I mean, even last year with the Jets, and the Jets being the Jets, there were games where he still looked, you know what I mean? He still looks. So going into a more stable organization, Pittsburgh, a better coach, you know what I mean? Mike Tomlin, he don't play that bullshit. So Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to fall in line. And I mean, the defense they have, I could see them winning a couple games. You know what I mean? Not enough to really, but, and then now last, you know, we have the Browns, bro. You know, the Browns are the Browns. Listen, the best case scenario for Browns fans is the owner just throws one of the rookies out there, and probably Shador, because, you know, he got more name value and face value and excitement. Just throw them out there and see what happens. You know what I mean? The worst comes to worst, they get a mad high draft pick next season, next draft, and, you know, they already have 2 draft picks coming up. So, you know, Browns dead last. Moving on to the AFC South. And for this one, I have the Houston Texans led by CJ Stroud win the division. Listen, CJ had a regression year last year. I think he would have learned a lot from that himself, prepared for the upcoming season to have a bounce back year. And CJ is a talent and a prospect I believe in. You know what I mean? I believe in the young man's talent, but most importantly, I believe in his mentality and the way he thinks. You know what I mean? He thinks like a winner and a leader of men. So I fully expect a bounce back year from him. In second, which might shock some people, but I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look, it's make or break here for Mr. Trevor Lawrence, bro. You know what I mean? You have Brian Thomas Jr. as the number one. They went out and they got Travis. So you have Travis, you got weapons. Bro, if he can't put it together and at least, and he should be pushing for that. They should be pushing for that division win. You feel me? I'm just not ready to give them that over Houston, who I believe earned it more than them. But if this can't be the year that Trevor Lawrence really shows that, Jacksonville might have to start considering their options. You know what I mean? In third, I got Tennessee. You know what I mean? I got Tennessee. I'm a big fan of the young man, Cam Ward. Watched him a lot. You know what I mean? Playing for my local college team, the UM. And, you know, I believe in his talent. I believe in his mentality. Again, you're going to hear me mention mentality a lot because that's so important in sports. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. It's all well and good having crazy talent, but if this ain't right, you can't do nothing. I believe in him. Rookie year, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people and going to lead that team, who has a very mean defense. There's a very, very good team outside of that quarterback's position. So if he could be that guy, then yeah, Tennessee could be very, 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 like, they could be the Washington of last year, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And to top off that division, I have Indianapolis. Listen, it's kind of a mess there. You know what I mean? Anthony Richards, he looked like he was supposed to be the truth. He isn't anymore. They got Danny Dimes out there. We'll see what he could do. But I don't have much faith in the Colts doing anything this year. And finally, to cap off the AFC, I saved the best for last, because this right here is going to be, I guess, if you want to call it, my hot take and the shock and surprise of my AFC picks. AFC West, I have the LA Chargers winning the division. I'm sorry, listen. Yes, boo me, call it hate, call me a hater, say whatever it is you want. Listen, in every great empire and every great run, there's always a point in time where you get kicked off your pedestal. It was even for a brief moment. It's happened. You know what I mean? It's happened. It's happened to the greatest of them all. And in my opinion, it's going to happen this year. The Chargers, they've been building. Harbaugh, phenomenal coach. Herbert, he hasn't, and this is where his mentality might be questionable, but hasn't been able to put it together completely yet. But the talent is there. They've been building the squad. Harbaugh. I just believe in them. You know what I mean? I just believe in them. I have the Chargers going first. I have KC finishing second. Really and truly, you know what I mean? They're just Kansas City. It's not much to say about them. I got Denver. I think Bo Nix, as good as you are, I think now teams have film on you. They're going to study more. They're going to be more prepared to deal with what you have. I think there's going to be a regression. And Vegas in last, I just think out of, and this is the toughest division in football, in my opinion. I just think of all the head coach and quarterback duos in the division, the Raiders have the weakest. So just food chain, you know what I mean? Food chain, they end up in the end. Okay, so that was my AFC picks. Moving to the other side of the bracket now, to the NFC. NFC East, listen, pretty self-explanatory. Defending champions, Philadelphia Eagles, first in the division. Not much to say about them. Hurts, Brown, Smith, Barkley, all they got on defense, like, yeah, Eagles. Second, Washington. Listen, Washington, they were the surprise of the league last year. And while I do feel there will be some regression this year because teams, like I said, they're going to have tape to watch on Jaden, see what he does. Jaden's just a baller, and I believe it. You know what I mean? So I got Washington coming in second. Third, I got the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, they traded Micah Parsons. They're paying Dak all that money. Dallas is still a very good team. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't bet the house on them, but you know, they could still make some noise. In last place, I got the Giants. Now, it looks like they're wanting to start Russell Wilson. I don't see why not. Well, no, I don't see why they would want to do that. I don't see why not just start Jackson Dart. The kid's a baller. He showed it in preseason that he looked like he ready. So I would run out with him personally, but I'm not a coach, you know what I mean? So I got to put the Giants in last. NFC North. Now I have the Green Bay Packers, who recently acquired Micah Parsons, winning the division. I just feel like Jordan Love, he's been developing and brewing. Listen, he has a bit of inconsistency problems. Definitely, he could be definitely hot and cold, but I just feel like Green Bay in the division, they've acquired the most talent and they've been building the most. They have the most continuity. So I feel like it's their time to really pop. Second, I have the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, the biggest unknown in that team is what is JJ McCarthy going to be. Sam Darnold, he had a career year last year, and that's what got them to where they were. On top of the team being great, they have a great coach, all that, but JJ McCarthy is just unknown. So we really don't know what to expect from the young man. Third place, I have Detroit. Listen, Goff, still very good. Sorry, my neighbor, you know what I mean? Neighbor came to give me some shit, but where was I? Yes, Detroit. Listen, Goff, still a very good quarterback. Dan Campbell, probably my favorite coach outside of my coach, but losing both your coordinators in the same offseason is going to hurt you, bro. It's going to hurt you. No two ways about it. That's the hardest thing to replace right there. So I just think there's going to be a regression just due to the lack of continuity for Detroit. And in last place, listen, I have Chicago. Now, Chicago, they could boom or they could bust. It's like, Caleb, this is year 2, Caleb. Let's see what you got, bro. Let's see what you got. They got you with, you know what I mean, the coveted offensive mind and guru in Ben Johnson. So let's see how well Caleb can actually do this year. But for right now, I have them last in the division. AFC South now, which many argue for years is the weakest division in football. I got the Tampa Bay Bucks led by Baker Mayfield winning the division. Listen, they undoubtedly are the strongest team in the division, and the division is there for the taking for them. So if they don't do it, that's a big indictment on them personally. In second, surprise for a lot of people, I have Carolina. You know, it's just to how Bryce Young ended the season last year playing. He looked really competent, and there've been so much turnover for that Carolina team, I just see where it could be a big culture shift and a change. You know what I mean? That could just surprise everybody. Third place, I have Atlanta. Listen, they're probably, I'm not really sure what they're doing, whether it's they still have the Penix Jr., whether they're going Cousins. It's all over the place in Atlanta. So I really don't know what to expect from them this year. I have them third. And last in the division, listen, New Orleans, there's no hope. Their quarterback situation stinks. Like their team on the whole doesn't seem that very good, and it doesn't look very promising for them out there in New Orleans. So I have them coming last. And finally, the NFC West, I have Seattle winning the division. Surprise, surprise. I think Darnold, with the confidence that he gained from last year, moving to Seattle now, working with a very good coach. Again, Seattle with a very young but well put together, like they've been building, you know what I mean? They've been building towards this, and I have them win the division over San Francisco, who I have in second just based off of the fact that there's just too much turnover. Too much turnover from guys they lost, whether it be losing them to free agency or injury. You know what I mean? Now they've paid Purdy all that money now, so you can't really keep certain people. You know what I mean? So it's like you're weaker. You know what I mean? Shanahan, he's still a amazing creative mind. I just think their treasure chest is too bare at this moment for them to really push. Third, I have the Rams. Listen, Sean McVay, genius offensive mind. Stafford's just too old and injury prone right now. You know what I mean? I don't even think Stafford is going to be able to hold up fully for an entire season for it to run there with them. And in last place, Arizona. Listen, bro, Kyler, I rate you as a talent, all that, but it's like, it's just, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see it. I think Arizona is one of those teams that in the very near future, they're heading to a complete and full rebuild. And so to close, in my AFC playoff pictures, I have the division winners as the Bills, Cincinnati, Houston, and the Chargers, with Baltimore, New England, and Kansas City in the wild card positions. And for the NFC, I have Philly, Green Bay, Tampa, Seattle, with Washington, San Francisco, and Minnesota as the wild card representatives. With that being said, peeps, that's all I got for y'all in this one. You know what I mean? That was just how, and again, remember, I may have elite ball knowledge, right? But I never claimed to be an expert. I never claimed to be an expert, people. These are just the picks based on how I see it, how I feel, my opinion, as unbiased as I could possibly be. Feel me? But y'all let me know, who do you think are the division winners? You feel me? Who do you think is going to be the division winners? Who's going to be a surprising playoff addition? Who's going to be a surprising playoff omission? You know what I mean? Sound off, NFL fans. Sound off in the comments, man. Make me hear what I said, because I know I'm mad excited, bro. I'm mad excited. The season is back. You know what I mean? Full gear, full swing. But more importantly, peeps, I'm excited behind the growth that's been happening on the channel, the support y'all been showing me, the love. I see it all, the comments. I try my best to reply to every single comment. You feel me? I love that the community is growing. And remember, we are on the road to 1K, people. You feel me? So just do me a favor, man. And just subscribe now. Subscribe and join the family, man. Subscribe and join the family and forward over here, so you know what I mean, to keep me accountable. Tell me when I'm right, tell me when I'm wrong, tell me when I'm bugging, all of that, people, you know what I mean? But again, thank y'all again. This whole process is literally nothing without y'all, and y'all been showing up and supporting me. Yo, Wes, Lex, Alex, all y'all, all my boys who be tuning in, bro. I love y'all for real, you see me? Y'all making the thing go, bro. So y'all just stay locked in. We got hella more content coming for y'all, people. But until the next one, Continue thriving, continue striving, continue loving those who love you, continue loving yourself. You feel me? And continue believing in yourself, people. Always, always, never forget that. And until the next one, peeps, I'm out.